Hey, class of 2020, it's Miss Martin. I just wanted to leave you guys with some parting words since you're weeks away from graduating, and I hate that it has to be through a screen, but hopefully soon we'll be able to do it in person, face to face, and really celebrate you guys. If you catch me looking over here, it's because I did make notes because I don't want to forget anything that I want to say to you guys, so don't judge me. But as you guys know, class of 2020 is really special to me, and that's for the most part. I love all my students, but for the most part it's because I got to have you guys 9th grade for American government, 10th grade for world history, 11th for U.S. history, and then I had some of you guys for your senior advisement too. So I feel like I've gotten to follow you all the way through your high school experience and be your social studies teacher, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen for me again in my career in that order. So to me, I'll never forget class of 2020. You really made a mark on me, and in all honesty, the school's not going to feel the same for me without you guys in it. It's going to take a while to get used to, and I'm really going to miss you guys. So I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you, but it's really bittersweet for me. And I just want to say I hate how things ended this year. You know, it's beyond all of our control, but I want to encourage you at least that regardless of the way things have ended and that your graduation may be put off for a little bit, you truly are about to embark on some of your best years. And I just want you to remember that your 20s and your college years, if you go, are a lot of fun. And if you do it well, it can be a time of just a lot of newfound independence and freedom. But with newfound independence and freedom, that comes decision making. And so you're going to be making a lot of your own decisions, maybe for the first time. So with that, comes a lifestyle. So just be very aware of your decisions. It's very easy as a young person to not see beyond yourself and your own little world. So lucky for me, I was very much that kind of self-absorbed teenager who didn't always make the best decisions and who often only thought of herself. And for those of you who know me pretty well, you know a lot of my story. And I like to use that to encourage you guys to do better than I did off the bat. Luckily, I had a great support system in my family, and I could always fall back on them. And no matter how far I strayed, they would point me back in the right direction. And I want you all to know that you have a support system too. At Cedar, you always do. It doesn't matter if you graduate and grow up and move on. We're not going to forget about you, and we're always here. We're always a phone call away or a text away or a message away. And the teachers and staff that I know love you guys. They're crazy about you. So you can always reach out to us. We're always here if you need us. So some things that I always encourage students of mine to do, and some of you have probably heard it from me a million times, but for the few of you that I didn't teach, or just as a reminder, as you grow, I encourage you to take this time to travel, even if it's just the next state over or a couple of cities over. If you happen to know someone who's in college in a different city, or if you have a cousin in another state and they offer for you to come stay with them, like, do it. Go for it if you can. Always take those opportunities to travel. And doing that, even if it's just for fun, even if it's just a vacation, when you see different areas and parts of the world, it's an educational experience in and of itself. And I think that travel can really change people in a good way. So always take those chances for fun, for memories, but also just to learn, because the world is so much bigger than the tiny little pocket you grew up in. And when you see that, typically you don't want to stop seeing it and you'll keep going. So please travel any chance you get. Meet new people any chance you get. Meet people who don't look like you. Meet people who don't necessarily share the same upbringing and background as you. Ultimately, that's going to give you more perspective. It's going to make you a more well-rounded person. And take that from a girl who grew up in a very small town in the North Georgia mountains. When I moved to the Atlanta area for school, I was very excited about meeting people who didn't share that background, meeting people with different experiences. And it's been good for me in my life. So I encourage you to do the same. Also, just explore and study new things. Study things that you're interested in, not that you're being forced to study. That's one perk with college, is you'll get to pick some of your own classes. And I remember keeping some of my textbooks for history because I love history and I just read them all the way through. And that might not be you, but exercise your brain, stop scrolling online for a few minutes and just learn about things that you're actually interested in. It can be anything. Not history, obviously, that's me. But do nice things for people just because it's the right thing to do. Again, when I was younger, early 20s, late teens, I was really stuck on myself and my own little life and my own desires that I didn't think about other people that much. And as I've gotten older, giving back and being kind to people has been one of the most fulfilling, rewarding things I could do with myself and with my life. So, go ahead and do that now, whether it's volunteering or just helping someone out in your neighborhood, whatever the case may be. Be kind to someone. Give back in your own way. I also always recommend moving for a little while if you can, out of your hometown. And I never even moved farther than 2 hours away from my hometown, but it still made a big difference for me in my life and my own experience because I knew that I had always wanted to. I knew I always wanted new surroundings. So if you know that, if you feel that desire in your heart, go for it. Do it. Move for a little while. You can always go back home. And even if you don't move, even if you stay in Athens, that's great too. Just make sure that you contribute to your community. Like, be interested, like I said. Be interested in something bigger than you because life is a lot bigger than you. And it took me a while to get that right. I would see people on social media that I had graduated with doing what looked like big, important, and meaningful things. And, it made me think, like, that should be me. So do it quicker than I did. Get out there, give back, be interested, be involved in things that matter. It can be politics, it can be religion, it can just be other people, whatever cause means something to you. Just be involved. You're going to grow up really fast, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer with that, but I promise you will blink and you'll be staring at 30. So it's going to fly by, and that's why I say be involved. Just make sure that those years have a blast, but make sure that they matter too. Moral of the story is that I got to have a really rewarding future because it did click within me eventually. I did have a great support system that always pulled me back no matter how far I strayed. And I tapped into that. I used that resource. So I encourage you to do the same. We're always here for you. So don't get caught up in just the whole life's a big party mentality. Do some of that. Have a good time. But don't forget to tap into your support system. I know that I eventually did, and I was able to make some really positive change in my life, and I'm grateful because eventually down the road that led me to knowing all of you. And I know it sounds corny, but that has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I'm really proud of what I do, and knowing you guys and getting to be just a little piece of your life story, for me, it may not mean as much to you, but for me and for the other staff at Cedar, it's an honor, it's a privilege to get to be a part of that. You guys make me a better person. I've also said this before, but it's true. I learn more from you all probably than you learn from me. And so I just want to encourage you guys. You're so much fun. You're all so talented. You're beautiful. You're hilarious. You keep me laughing. You keep me on my toes. And you guys are hard workers and overcomers, and you persevere. You're fighters. These are the things I've learned about y'all, and I love it. So I could have stayed in my hometown forever, I could have stayed there in relationships that were going nowhere and in jobs that they're fine. They were jobs, but I didn't love them. But that would have been an unfulfilling life for me. So I just want to close out with just encouraging you guys to chase the things that you're proud of, because now I'm somewhere that I can really say I'm proud of. And that's because of you guys. So thank you. But chase the things that you're going to be able to say that you're proud of, that are going to be rewarding and fulfilling for you. Have a blast with this next chapter of your lives, but know that we're here and we love y'all and we support y'all, and do big things that matter, things that last, okay? I love y'all. I'm going to miss you guys.